The impeachment of Donald Trump has kicked off in the Senate, marking the third time in US history a president has gone on trial. He's accused of abuse of power and obstructing Congress, and if found guilty, could be removed from office. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he is willing to allow each side 24 hours of hearings and depositions to set out their case, but only over 2 days. Intelligence Committee Chair Adam Schiff criticised the rules of the trial.
Thankfully, however, we know the truth. The evidence is already overwhelming, and that evidence is that the president abused the power of his office, withheld hundreds of millions of dollars of needed military aid to an ally at war in order to coerce that ally into interfering in our election. And then when he was caught, obstructed the Congress to cover it up. That truth is inescapable, no matter how McConnell wishes to structure this trial.
And far from the capital, at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland, the US president remains defiant.
That whole thing is a hoax. It goes nowhere because nothing happened. The only thing we've done is a great job. We have the strongest country in the world by far, and it was going in the wrong direction. We have the greatest economy we've ever had in the history of our country. And I'm in Europe today because we're bringing a lot of other companies into our country with thousands of jobs, millions of jobs in many cases. So that whole thing is a total hoax. So I'm sure it's going to work out fine.
We have this organising resolution, which is from Mitch McConnell. He's the Senate Majority Leader, and essentially it maps out the first couple of days. Now, crucially, opening arguments for both sides have 24 hours, but over 2 days. So that's a lot to pack into those 2 days, especially given that the days in that trial start at 1 o'clock. So what the Democrats are saying, they're absolutely outraged over this. To quote them directly, they say that this is an attempt to conceal the president's misconduct in the dark of night. They call it a national disgrace. Just to compare with Bill Clinton's impeachment trial, that was 24 hours over 4 days. So there's a very clear effort here on the part of the Republicans to wrap this up as quickly as possible. And there's a view that they want to do that by February the 4th, which is Donald Trump's big State of the Union address. Now, obviously, that would be a very tight trial. Now, the Democrats say all along, witnesses are what they want to see in this trial. There will be no actual conclusion about that until these opening arguments have happened. But there are at least 4 people, crucial people like John Bolton, Donald Trump's former national security advisor, Mick Mulvaney, his current chief of staff, and they want to see those people appear as witnesses. The Republicans say, tough, you should have called those people during the time when it was on your side, when it was in the House of Representatives. And the Democrats say, well, we tried to, but you blocked all of this, which of course is part of one of the articles of impeachment, which is obstruction of Congress. But Donald Trump was impeached over a month ago, and here we are now, finally at the beginning of his trial. He has formed his legal defense team, which ultimately say, look, none of this is impeachable. It simply does not rise to that standard. The Democrats have entirely different thoughts on that. So it could be contentious, normally pretty polite over there in the Senate, but things could get pretty rocky over the next couple of weeks, maybe even few weeks, if the Democrats get their way.